Hello, I'm Craig Brailsford, and welcome to another episode of Small Stocks, Big Money. For those of you new to the show, RedChip is an investor relations, media, and research firm focused on emerging growth companies. Our unique platform combines global multimedia with traditional investor relations, reaching investors around the world. Now, today's show features an interview with the CEO of Alta Global Group and the CEO of UFC Gyms, which is in a partnership with Alta Global Group. First up is Alta Global Group, a pioneering technology company dedicated to reshaping the global martial arts and combat sports industry. Through its innovative platform, Alta seeks to maximize monetization opportunities within the sector by enhancing consumer participation and enriching community engagement. The company's comprehensive suite of products, including the Warrior Training Program, UFC Fight Fit Program, Alta Academy, Alta Community, and MixedMartialArts.com, positions Alta as a central figure in the industry's digital transformation. We'll learn more when we speak with the CEO later in the show. Up next is our interview with the CEO of UFC Gyms, which is in that partnership with Alta Global Group. UFC Gyms is a fitness and training franchise that brings the intensity and discipline of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, or UFC, into a welcoming gym environment. Catering to people of all fitness levels, UFC Gym offers a unique blend of traditional fitness and conditioning routines with martial arts-inspired training. Facilities typically feature a wide array of equipment and amenities, including free weights, cardio machines, functional fitness areas, and dedicated spaces for martial arts training, such as boxing, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, and MMA. We'll learn more when we speak with the CEO later in the show. Before we get to our first interview, our quote of the week. It comes from the book Small Stocks, Big Money. For me, the fun is to build, not to manage. I look for what's available, what is possible to do. That is the overriding consideration. There are a lot of things I would have liked to do, but I didn't have the means. This quote comes from Dr. Phil Frost, chairman of OPCO Health, and it is featured in Chapter 4 of Small Stocks, Big Money, a book of exclusive interviews with some of the biggest players in the microcap space. Get a digital copy on Amazon today for just $18. Now, let's get started with our first interview today with Alta Global Group. Hello there. Today we have Nick Langton, CEO and founder of Alta Global Group, trading on the New York Stock Exchange American under the ticker MMA. Nick, welcome back.
Great to be here today.
Nick, Alta Global Group making significant strides in the combat sports industry. For our audience unfamiliar with Alta, can you start by giving us an overview of the company's mission and your vision for its future?
Certainly. I mean, what's so exciting is the growth of mixed martial arts and combat sports in the last decade has been absolutely stunning. The fan base growth has been enormous. In fact, recently the UFC were remarking global fans sat at over 700 million. What has happened with that remarkable fan base growth has been an enormous desire for people to get in gyms, train and learn combat sport at a hobbyist and fitness level. And so really what Alta's mission is through our technology platform is to connect this massive global fan base with opportunities to train in the hundreds of thousands of martial arts academies that exist around the world. And so really our mission is to make sure that that brand landscape is much easier for a consumer to navigate. And so by partnering with gyms and enabling them to participate on our platform and receive our customers, it's a wonderful opportunity to really aggregate the sport at a grassroots training and participation level.
Nick, your recent partnership with UFC Gym is exciting news. Share with us more about this collaboration, and I want to know, how is it going to expand Alta's footprint globally, and what does it mean for the company's growth?
Yeah, I mean, look, when you look at the brand of UFC Gym, UFC clearly the most preeminent brand in combat sports globally. UFC Gym, a wonderful collaboration between the founders of the gym and their relationship with the UFC. They've got, over 150 locations around the world. For Alta to be able to provide our programs and our technology to their gym partners throughout the world, and especially starting in North America, it grows our footprint significantly from, a revenue opportunity, and it also allows us to partner with one of the most enviable brands. And so this is a really exciting opportunity to grow our gym footprint at scale and work with, again, one of the most envied brands in the space.
The Alta Warrior Training Program, that offers a unique pathway from MMA fandom to participation. Could you talk about how this program, which is now being integrated with UFC gyms, is driving revenue growth and fan engagement?
Look, Alta began its life by creating programs that made it really easy for beginners to get involved training martial arts and combat sports. And so what this program does is create a really easy entry point for people who followed the sport, watched the sport, have an interest in training, getting fit, becoming immersed in a local gym community. And so what we have proven over a number of years now is that our programming is a wonderful way for people to get started. So what it enables us to do, particularly in conjunction with this incredible brand that UFC Gym represents, is take this program and really take it to the masses and leverage our famous talent partners, so that people who want to get involved in training can, as we often say, go from the couch to the cage. Not that they have to compete, but they also have an opportunity, if they train enough, that they can also compete in their own amateur contest. So it is a wonderful entry point product, and we've put, tens of thousands of people through this program globally.
You recently have had some eminent additions to your advisory board, Nick. Mark Mastrov, he's the founder of 24 Hour Fitness. Also, Adam Sedlak, the CEO of UFC Gym. What drove these accomplished professionals to support Alta?
Yeah, well, I mean, you're talking to Adam later today when you interview him. He's the CEO of UFC Gym Group, and Adam was really central in bringing together the partnership between Alta and UFC Gym. Part of that, as a technology platform, again, we're the technology that matches the customer with the physical gym location. So we don't run gyms ourselves, whereas in Mark and Adam, you've got two enormously accomplished fitness executives who bring a huge range of understanding about, the in-gym and the physical in-club experience. And so as we scale our business globally, the opportunity to not just partner with Adam and Mark as UFC Gym as a customer of Alta, but also to really use their brains and experience as we scale our business globally. It was a wonderful opportunity to ask them to join our advisory board, and we're delighted that they were very happy to do so, and we know that that'll really help us drive growth a lot, particularly in the next 12 to 24 months.
Now, Nick, Conor McGregor, that famous MMA superstar, has been partnering with you for a while, and recently he increased his ownership stake in your company. Give us some more information about this high-profile partnership.
I mean, this is really super exciting for investors. So number one, Conor has been an early stage investor in Alta. In fact, long before we went public and traded on the New York Stock Exchange, Conor had invested in the business. More recently, we were able to strike an amazing deal with Conor for him to, effectively become our primary global ambassador. And what bigger name could you want? Over 60 million followers on social media. Such an incredible track record of creating enormously valuable businesses. And when Conor created his partnership with us, the way we set up the compensation was through performance shares. So Conor is incentivized to grow his equity stake in our company as our shares go through intervals of $7.50, $10, $15, all the way up to $20. So it's a remarkable opportunity to leverage one of the biggest names in world sport to bring huge attention to the company from a customer acquisition standpoint, but also bring incredibly exciting attention to the company as an investment vehicle. So we could not be more excited to have Conor expand his role with the business.
Alta has a scalable, CapEx-light business model. Can you explain how this model contributes to sustainable growth and what advantages it provides to your stakeholders and investors?
Well, I think what's really exciting is that we know the total addressable market of MMA fans and people training in combat sports globally is really large. So in the US alone, recent IBIS data suggests over $18 billion is spent annually training martial arts and combat sports. We know that there is millions and millions of consumers contributing to that overall market size in the United States. And so what's exciting too, though, is that the gym landscape that serves that customer cohort is really large. In fact, it's predicted to grow to 67,000 unique gyms by the end of calendar 25. So what you've got is a really vast market, but it's also a market that is really fragmented when you consider the number of gyms. So from Alta's perspective, we don't own any of these gyms. We don't operate any of these gyms. We're simply the technology that helps them attract customers, and also the payments platform that collects customer revenues, keeps our share, pays a share onto the gym. So again, for us to scale as this sector grows, you have to do that through an efficient technology platform. So we're really aggregating the underlying gym owners and participants and providing all their inventory and opportunities to train to this vast customer cohort, which just seems to grow every year.
Nick, wrap up with us with the essential value proposition. Why should investors take an interest in Alta Global right now?
Look, this is a wonderful time to invest in the fastest growing sports vertical in the world. So mixed martial arts and combat sports has been on an absolute tear for a number of years now, best exemplified by the stunning success of the UFC. What I think is really fascinating is when we look at the amount of growth in participation in the sport, and we see that as a really highly related to the speed at which the fan base is growing. This is a wonderful opportunity to invest in a company that is aggregating participation at the grassroots. And we're doing it in an incredibly scalable way because we're leveraging our technology to activate all the coaches and gyms that sit in this marketplace. So if you love this sector, and a lot of investors do, this is one of the best pure play ways to get exposure to the growth in martial arts and combat sports. And last but not least, we trade under the stock symbol MMA, which is the name of the sport itself. So I think that represents another really exciting dimension as we bring fans together, ultimately to invest in the community of MMA and the growth of this sector.
Nick, that is a really engrossing story. Thank you for sharing it with us.
Pleasure to be here today.
Now, to get more information on Alta Global Group, visit mmainfo.com. You'll see research reports, fact sheets, presentations, and the latest videos. It's all free, and you can even subscribe to email alerts to stay on top of the latest news. You can also call 1-800-RedChip to speak to a specialist if you have any questions. We also have a free weekly newsletter you can subscribe to at redchip.com, featuring emerging growth companies like Alta Global Group. Watch this show again and explore hundreds of small cap stock videos on RedChip's YouTube channel. Also, go to our website and sign up on our events page for the webinar series. We have webinars every week, several a week, in which we feature small public companies, mostly client companies, and you'll hear straight from the CEO, and you'll be able to ask questions after that. Again, visit redchip.com and subscribe today. In addition to our newsletter, you can also order your copy of Small Stocks, Big Money, a book written by RedChip CEO featuring interviews with some of the biggest players in the microcap space. Order your copy on Amazon today for just $18. Now, let's move on to our next interview today with the CEO of UFC Gyms. Today we have Adam Sedlak, the CEO of UFC Gyms. Adam, great to meet you.
It is great to be here and good to meet you as well.
Adam, how do you envision the partnership with Alta Global Group transforming the fitness landscape for UFC fans and newcomers to martial arts?
Well, I mean, listen, UFC Gym already, operating and developing in 42 countries. We're excited that we have the distribution points to really bring a unique value proposition to help consumers to find the best version of who they are. And Alta is only going to amplify that with their products and the service that they'll bring to the table for us. It's going to give our consumers and really non-members an opportunity, a very unique opportunity to find the best version of who they can be through the programming that Alta provides.
Now, brand loyalty, Adam. In what ways do you believe that this partnership can enhance that, and how might it redefine the entire experience for participants in UFC Gym locations?
Yeah, another good question. And, I revert back to when I first started learning about the UFC and MMA. I would watch a fight in an octagon, and I had no idea what it meant to have side control or do an arm bar or what have you, right? The modalities and the different complexities of MMA are very unique. But let me tell you, once you start training MMA and you have an education and an awareness of what it means to train with an MMA style, it will absolutely, change your life because the amount of confidence you build goes through the roof. But the second part is now when you watch a UFC event or a UFC fight, you can actually appreciate and recognize the amount of work to be a top-notch athlete in the UFC. We are excited. Alta is going to help us bring this to life, and we are going to do something that will shift the globe one body at a time.
Interesting, Adam. I want to know now, how will this initiative help cultivate a new generation of participants in martial arts? And what role do you see Alta Global Group playing in that evolution?
Well, listen, if I were to ask you right now, are you ready to get into a fight? Are you ready to compete in the octagon? You would probably ask me if I was sane. And my objective here is to allow consumers and members to find what they're truly capable of through the programming of Alta. You see, the verticals and the accomplishments that you can achieve both physically and mentally through this program is something that just cannot be replicated and duplicated. So I'm literally looking forward to seeing people like yourself transform into maybe I would have never done that. I would have never competed in an MMA event to not only competing, but finding the best version of who they can be. And then, of course, by extension, we're going to see some incredible results, some incredible achievements, and hopefully some big time excitement where they can live their life, live your life to its fullest potential.
Looking ahead, Adam, what are your aspirations for this synergy between UFC Gym Group and Alta Global Group? And how do you envision the partnership influencing the future of fitness?
Well, first, Alta is an amazing group built with amazing people. And when they come and visit our gyms, it's not about monetary compensation. It's about changing people's life one person at a time. And the relationship that they can establish for us, with us, where we can go out in any community, any trade area, and ask and elicit and invite people to experience something they've never experienced through hard work and accomplishment is something that is earned. It's not given. And my belief with the people of Alta and the amazing coaches and people of UFC Gym, once those two things are intersected, there will not be another value proposition point like it around the globe. And if done properly, and I believe it will be, the recipe that we're going to create is going to allow members, non-members to find, again, who they have the potential to become in their life, the personal best version of who they are today and who they can become. Alta and UFC Gym are going to help people find that.
Adam, you're really making people want to get into that octagon. It's a great story. Thank you for sharing it with us.
Let's go. I appreciate it. Time to keep moving.
Now, to get more information about UFC Gyms and Alta Global Group, visit MMAinfo.com. You'll see research reports, fact sheets, presentations, and the latest videos. It's all free, and you can even subscribe to email alerts to stay on top of the latest news. You can also call 1-800-RED-CHIP to speak to a specialist if you have any questions. We also have a free weekly newsletter you can subscribe to at RedChip.com, featuring emerging growth companies like Alta Global Group. Watch this show again and explore hundreds of small-cap stock videos on RedChip's YouTube channel. Also, go to our website and sign up on our events page for the webinar series. We have webinars every week, several a week, in which we feature small public companies, mostly client companies, and you'll hear straight from the CEO, and you'll be able to ask questions after that. Again, visit redchip.com and subscribe today. In addition to our newsletter, you can order Small Stocks, Big Money. This is a book written by RedChip CEO, featuring interviews with some of the biggest players in the microcap space. Get a digital copy on Amazon for $18. Now, let's recap the companies featured today. First, you met the CEO of Alta Global Group, MMA, on the New York Stock Exchange American. Alta Global Group is a pioneering technology company dedicated to reshaping the global martial arts and combat sports industry. Through its innovative platform, Alta seeks to maximize monetization opportunities within the sector by enhancing consumer participation and enriching community engagement. The company's comprehensive suite of products, including the Warrior Training Program, UFC Fight Fit Program, Alta Academy, Alta Community, and MixedMartialArts.com, positions Alta as a central figure in the industry's digital transformation. Learn more at www.mmainfo.com. Then, you met the CEO of UFC Gyms. UFC Gyms is a fitness and training franchise that brings the intensity and discipline of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, or UFC, into a welcoming gym environment. Catering to people of all fitness levels, UFC Gym offers a unique blend of traditional fitness and conditioning routines with martial arts-inspired training. Facilities typically feature a wide array of equipment and amenities, including free weights, cardio machines, functional fitness areas, and dedicated spaces for martial arts training, such as boxing, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, and MMA. Learn more at www.mmainfo.com. Don't forget to check out our stocks page. It is the biggest small-cap stock portal in the industry. Every company listed on the NASDAQ or New York Stock Exchange with market caps of $2 billion and less, and it's categorized by industries. Watch this show again and explore hundreds of small-cap stock videos on RedChip's YouTube channel. Also, be sure to sign up for our weekly newsletter and learn about a lot of small-cap companies. You may also go to our website and sign up on our events page for the webinar series. We have webinars every week, several a week, in which we feature small public companies, mostly client companies, and you'll hear straight from the CEO, and you'll be able to ask questions after that. Again, if you have any questions about any of our public companies featured on today's show, call us at 1-800-RED-CHIP or email us at info@redchip.com. In closing, remember, while small caps can provide significant gains, you must be prepared for the downside. Small cap stocks are among the most volatile of asset classes. Some of the companies featured on this show are RedChip client companies, and we may own stock in these companies, so please always read our disclosures at redchip.com. Thank you for being with us today. We'll see you next week with some new, exciting, emerging growth companies.
Why is global superstar mixed martial arts fighter Conor McGregor a proud investor in Alta Global Group, stock symbol MMA? Because Conor McGregor knows that the most valuable company in this vertical will be the one that converts the 640 million MMA fans to participants. Alta Global Group, online and in-gym mixed martial arts programs with 600 gym partners globally and growing. Alta Global Group, stock symbol MMA. The global e-bike, e-tricycle, and e-scooter market was estimated at a combined $28 billion in 2023 and is expected to surpass $39 billion by 2028. Meet Lobo EV on the NASDAQ, symbol LOBO. Lobo EV is well positioned for strong growth with new contracts and increased production capacity. Lobo EV now selling its innovative EVs in Asia, Europe, and Latin America. Lobo EV on the NASDAQ, stock symbol LOBO. As many as 3.8 million concussions occur each year, and almost half of concussions that occur go undetected and untreated. A $40 billion problem. Now, Oragenics, stock symbol OGEN on the NYSE, is developing a potential game-changing new therapy for the treatment of concussions. Dr. James Kelly, a world-renowned expert on concussions and a frequent advisor to the Department of Veterans Affairs, is leading Oragenics clinical trial. Oragenics, OGEN.